Come take a ride with Gypsy. Okay, guys, this one's for water signs. Now, this reading is based off the solar eclipse, the Ring of Fire, and new moon in Gemini. Now, we did just pass the 6/6 portal, and that is the portal of karma. And karma comes in many forms, whether, you're receiving good karma or bad karma. But what you guys need to understand, with all of these, crazy, alignments and Mercury being in retrograde, there's a lot of people, going through it. Let's see what we got going on for you guys so far. Let's see, which deck am I using? I'll start with the Easy Tarot. Oh man, these cosmic alignments. So if you can imagine, with Mercury, in retrograde, you got the Earth, Mercury, and then the Sun, all sandwiched together. And with the Moon being at almost its furthest point away from the Earth, is why we're experiencing that solar eclipse. And we do have the solstice coming. I believe the full moon is on that night. So lots of energies, lots and lots of energies. Some of you may be all over the place. Oof. First card out, Judgment. Some of you might be dealing with legal stuff, but I don't want to get into that. What I feel this is, geared towards is the judgmental energy that's, surrounding either your friends, families, social media groups and stuff like that. There's just a lot of negativity and stuff going on. Oh, weird. That one doesn't belong in there. Some of you might be dealing with relationship issues. That is the Lover's card. Or soulmate interactions. Whew, popping. All right. The World. There's that universal alignment. And the thing with these cosmic alignments, it's no different. Okay, for example, somebody will say, well, my zodiac sign is like this, and that's why I act like that. But there are other energies in your chart that can be channeled so that you're not fixated on, the negative aspects, of your sign. And the universe will certainly, do that. Planets are, ruled by specific, zodiac signs. So when they go in, conjunction, retrograde, the eclipses and stuff like that, it will send you into those negative aspects of your chart so that you can work on those pieces of you and, ascend properly, with your spirituality or your gifts or, simple things like your workplace. The Seven of Wands. This is a past situation. If somebody feels like another person just keeps pulling them in to negative situations, or they're using negative situations to try to sorry, my mind just went a blank. Somebody really needs to work and focus on their negative frame of minds. I feel like somebody here just keeps going back and forth. For some of you, it's trauma responses. Some of you might be dealing with great losses and stuff like that, and somebody not being able to handle the amount of loss that's been put on the table in a short amount of time. I just heard somebody's fearful of the future, unknowing. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, somebody, wow, there's another card that doesn't belong in there. Weird. 3 of Cups. I'm going to go ahead and read that. The 3 of Cups can talk about overindulgence in sex, food, drugs, but it's cups. This can, talk about, sadness, sorrow, wallowing, the moon, or somebody is not seeing something clearly, and with the new moon, you can't see the moon, right? These are things that you're unsure of or unaware of, or, 3 of Cups. Isn't that interesting? Same card, right? Somebody's in a karmic situation. It doesn't have to be a karmic person. You'll have to decide for yourself, whether, this person in your life is meant to disappear or not. For others of you, this is just being connected to, karmic energy that has you going in, roundabout cycles over and over and over. And Mercury goes in retrograde about 3 times a year, and it's usually for just a couple of weeks. This Mercury retrograde goes till about the 22nd. I believe there's another one in September. And those energies will bring back old work situations, or exes will show up, or ex best friends will show up, or if you're in a new job, this is dealing with a similar situation that you left at a previous job. The advice here is to, spot the problem and navigate away from the issue differently than the last time you did. For those of you that just ran the fuck away, and said, fuck this, and are now returning into the same, situation, there's something you didn't learn or refused, to see properly. There's a selfish energy here where somebody's say, well, I'm more important, than somebody else, or just an inability, to reciprocate. Somebody needs to have more, empathy, towards this situation. For another group of you, this is entering a new relationship and being, triggered from your past situations and not knowing how to move forward with your new blessings. Temperance just came out. For those of you who do, light work and work with angels and stuff like that, the crossroad, to getting to where you need to go, there's, 4 points. There's Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, and Raphael. Because temperance, it can signify, the Archangel Michael and stuff like that in red and blue. But somebody here is being prompted with colors, of the rainbow. And, certainly those 4 points, lighting candles during this time frame, is really helpful to, make wishes and stuff come true. Just with that, that cosmic alignment and stuff like that. These are, great gateways or, portals, to get what you're asking for. But not if you're coming from a place of judgment, cursing the divine or cursing other people, will certainly not, get you where you want to be, spiritually. And if you're not where you need to be spiritually, you're probably not where you want to be in life in the 3D. I don't care what God you follow or, what form of spirituality, it doesn't matter. It comes in many forms. Find something, that works for you, that brings you happiness, right? 2 of Cups. Okay. It wanted to come out reverse, but it was crossing. So I'm going to go ahead and read that flip side. Now, the 2 of Cups can talk about same-sex relationships. For others of you, this is same-sex best friends. For some of you, this is, siblings and stuff like that. And for others of you, this is love, mutual love and appreciation for, another person, what they offer you. This may be somebody that has come in, to your aid to offer you help in your shitstorm of a situation. But with it wanting to come out in reverse, this almost like has this energy where somebody does not want help but asking for help. Does that make sense? You know what? I totally forgot that I actually wrote down um, some general phrases for your guys' zodiac signs. So for Cancer, stop listening to other people. You probably need to be talking to yourself. This particular energy, you're probably surrounded by a bunch of people who are, jerking you around and pulling you in different directions and telling you not to be friends with certain people or not go for certain opportunities. And then you're sitting there unhappy and you can't figure out why. For Pisces, plant yourself somewhere new. For those of you who are, in groups of people or collectives or work situations, they're not prospering. This literally is suggesting you need to uproot yourself and go somewhere else. Whether it's just visiting a body of water or sitting in the grass or going to the forest. For others of you, this is just taking time out and realizing that people around you are not fucking there for you. Scorpio, accept other people's offers. That's probably why I just picked up my notebook, because I remember it. Because the Two of Cups can talk about those offers and stuff like that. I feel like there's somebody here that's asking somebody to give them things or, listen to certain aspects, and they're talking to the wrong person, and there's somebody else giving offers of love and appreciation, and they're not accepting it. This is not going to heal your heart. That's what soulmates and stuff are for, which is probably why the Lovers came out in the beginning. These are people that come to your aid to offer you things that other people can't. Again, sun sign or, zodiac, fixation, well, this is just how I am. Well, yeah, maybe some people are just a certain way, which is why, other energies, will come in the form of people or opportunities, to help you heal these things. I just heard beating a dead horse. And people, the suicide energy and rates are really high right now in the collective. If somebody's not okay, the suggestion, to reach out and, listen to somebody or find help, do the right thing, right? Don't leave somebody hanging. The Lovers. Okay, somebody here may have left a relationship or separated from a relationship. For another group of you, this is not being connected to soulmates that you're supposed to be connected to help you get to where you're going. I feel like somebody's growth has been stunted here or taken from them. Somebody might have had spiritual gifts and they don't have access to them anymore. There may have been certain people, that allowed them to access these, certain gifts, and they're surrounding themselves with a bunch of low vibe people that are, choosing their friends for them or isolating them, shit like that. And some of you, it's in your workplace and just not being able to speak your piece and just going in there and having an automated response. Would you like fucking fries with that is what I'm hearing. Soul family. Somebody wants their soul family. Some of you are still looking for them. For others of you, you've been led away from them or pushed out of a group that you were supposed to be in. The Four of Cups is here, and it's in the hope and fear section. At this point, I feel like somebody is receiving multiple signs about somebody's arrival or somebody missing that needs help. For some of you, you're probably just, keeping track of somebody's social media and realizing, somebody's responses, aren't quite right, or their pictures, soulless, sadness and stuff like that. Knight of Wands on the bottom in reverse. For some of you, the separation may have come in the form of competition when it was supposed to be spiritual acceleration, sharing, gifting. But when you're when you're when you got a bunch of combative energy, with low vibe people, or low vibe way of thinking, or again, judgment of somebody else's journey, I feel like somebody here was just concerned about being left behind, and somebody left themselves behind. Seven of Cups. Page of Swords. There's somebody here that does not know how to reach another person. Somebody might get really triggered. Somebody here might be harboring guilt or shame towards another person or group of people, which is probably why they can't re-enter a group. For others of you, this is, miscommunication, where people thought things were a certain way and they needed time out to see things differently. With the Page of Swords on the end, this can suggest communication and shit coming in. The Six of Wands is in your general energies, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this solar eclipse is about growth, but with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this can say somebody is not growing in their current situation. There is a community card here. I feel like somebody has access or the ability to do that, but they may have isolated themselves or shut themselves out. And for some of you, this is just, for those of you who have gone without love for so fucking long, and then coming in contact with new people that do love you, somebody here is triggered by that. And somebody may have destroyed something really beautiful for themselves. Because they didn't know how to handle it. For another group of you, this is a suggestion of being in a relationship and trying to run the fuck away because you didn't know what love was like previously. I feel like somebody here has, the opportunity for either, a real relationship or a real soulmate opportunity that may come in the form of like a family member. Yeah. It was pretty much just cut off. I think we're going to wrap this one up. I'll go ahead and pull a Moonology card. Oh, look, and a new moon in Capricorn. This one says, your hard work is paying off. Somebody may have achieved a bunch of, or completed a huge workload in a short amount of time, and now have slowed down because they overworked themselves. Somebody needs to spend time in meditation or appreciating, the sunshine and stuff like that in order to get back to a productive place. I feel like this person here, may have, forms of mental illness or, traumatic experiences and stuff like that. And I just pulled another new moon card, but this one's in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. For those of you who are not in a relationship, friendships can certainly turn romantic, or where intimacy has been built in the form of non-sexual friendships and stuff like that, because that does exist. There is normalcy in intimacy. And for those of you who don't understand what that is, I do suggest that research it. There is nothing wrong, with human touch and stuff like that. I hope this resonates. I think that was a nice touch at the end. Hit me up, guys. Gypsy out.